Hello everyone and welcome to the final run of Silent Hill F. Going a lot more chill today after we escalated a little bit with EDF yesterday. So yeah, this is the final one. Puzzles, story, yeah, who cares? We're gonna maybe do... I'm maybe gonna do a Lost in the Fog run someday in the future, but not now. Yes, Claire. Hello, Claire. A few things we will set up here. No. I do want to set up two things with this. Because before we get into the part where we can either, you know, purify the sword or not, I want to make another save file. And then maybe in a few weeks or so, let's do the final shit at Final Achievements stream, where we go in and do the final boss, because there are achievements for doing certain things on the final bosses. And I do want to have a playthrough where I can just go in and, you know, select those, do those ones. And then when you have everything, then we're going to do Lost in the Fog. And Lost in the Fog is going to be dedicated. Yeah, fair point. And we can just go. Well, yeah, a few things we should be keeping up. I need to get the last Omamori. And I need you to give me some advice on some puzzles. Also, we might be redoing a few sections. Yeah, I want to. Like, I am so close to actually... Like, I'm missing a less than 10. And... So, like, yeah. I basically will sit down one day and do a Lost in the Fog run. But Lost in the Fog run is 100% just going to be probably ending one, doing everything. Stuff like that, you know? Yeah, basically the things I need to do, you know, is to get all achievements is basically I need to do one run that is Lost in the Fog. Doable, but I do want to have all the upgrades for that and all the Omori. And then look up, you know, what are what is in why ending 3? It was actually ending. Yeah, it was 3, yes. 5 is the UFO ending. But yeah, I'm missing so little. It's like, it's, you know, the final upgrade for health and stuff. There is a few sequences, and then there's also just, you know, getting a few bosses down. That's it, basically. So. Hey, yeah. Also, when I finish this, I will just start posting any Silent Hill F meme I made. I just don't care this at that point. Okay, but basically, yeah, there are a few things I need to,
No.
So can I can't unequip it yet. So just
Discard
never.
it.
I don't want to.
You don't want to this time?
No, this time I will keep 10 capsules until the one end save point. I want to split it. because because for one achievement I need to do the final boss again, and I can't do that
Without capsule.
without popping at least pills once. It's kind of stupid because it's literally I either go and what?
I'm getting sleepy if you take too long.
Basically, yeah. I need to do something on the. There, I told you I want to make a separate a separate save file. No. This is not even Lost in the Fog. The thing is, I will probably do ending 1 when I do the Lost in the Fog playthrough.
Get to the point.
The point is I want to make a separate save file so I can I can load from that save file, that second save file, and go to ending 1 or 2 on my wish so I can do the bosses there and get their achievements, because they're kind of stupid and I don't want to replay the whole game. That's the point.
So, as for a lot of sentences that basically say you want to keep the capsules to get access to other bosses.
Yeah. Exactly that. By the way, which Omamori setup do we have? That is the plan.
Well, then as soon as you can, unquick slot them.
That's the point. I just need to fill up all the quick slots first, sadly. It's kind of stupid that there isn't a function to unquick slot things. I keep it at the ones I have from the start. This is just... yeah, that actually would be correct.
Raining puppets.
You know what? I'm very sorry. I have to actually just pause for a second here. I'm back in a second. Very sorry for that interruption. Okay, yeah. Actually, you're right. Semi, I would say, Claire. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if pills stay, even if you haven't took none until that point. But it's at least the flag for ending 1. I can assume that. Ending 2 is definitely... ending 2 and 3 and such is what... Like, all endings are basically when you get back into the house. That's where they diverge the most. So... That's why I would also agree that there is probably a flag there, but probably just for ending 1. Da 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 da. Ah. So how was the weekend? God, this one is annoying. Yeah. Okay. So. Dried carcass, let's go. We can actually skip a lot more the moment we have everything maxed out, I would say. Kinda sucks that there isn't more to do with Faith, but ah well. 20 coombs. And now we can actually do... We can regain some durability again.
リンコ
Okay. Stab. Stab a lot. Well, hey, right. We still have Ramuna. We're gonna do that in the next run. I keep forgetting to try Ramuna. I'm stupid.
シュウどこにいる
Weirdly tired today. No, I forget. I just keep forgetting all the time. Stupid. Wait. I know that it sounds ridiculous that I keep doing that, but yeah, I keep forgetting that I still have Ramuna. It's stupid.
And we haven't tried it yet. Yeah, sure.
So,
true.
you know what? Last run. Well, what's it called? When the final stream is going on, we can just do it.
You kind of forgot.
What?
Kind of forgot to buy it last time.
I still have Ramuna.
Oh, we have it here.
Yeah, we have 2 bottles of Ramuna in the house. We just kept forgetting to try it.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Anyway. Sorry.
Sorry, what?
My nose just itched.
どこ
Why sorry then?
Because you touched me, I thought you were like, don't do it.
No, because you said anyway, which doesn't make much sense.
You know, I do feel a little bit, how should I put it? Brain, why are you leaving me now? Anyway, we have...
Again, no anyway.
Yeah, you're right. No anyway, no buts, no nothing.
Yes, let's just talk.
We you know, we should definitely try it when we do it. But also, I have to say that
You don't have to, that's the first not true.
you know
You
what?
just want to and you're unable to.
Yeah, I would probably be a lot more awake right now. I probably will be awake in a bit, but I'm going through the motions right now. Yesterday with EDF, I was way more awake.
But at that day we also slept.
誰
That is true. I'm very much looking towards sleeping today a lot. I mean, I technically need to buy groceries tomorrow, but yeah.
Not necessarily tomorrow, but
Maybe I should have gotten a bit of sleep.
Oh, I told you.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe better not to. Now I want a second glass of cola.
構わないとも
Not Pepsi?
Well, Pepsi, yes, but
Do you need to... Should I get you some?
that would be lovely, yes.
Okay.
When did you last sleep? I slept 8 hours technically, but not well.
Not enough.
Definitely not enough, yeah.
Here's some Pepsi.
何の神社
Beeps.
How much?
Just fill it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, we kinda regularly need more like 10 hours sleep to be awake.
ひなこ
Yeah, that's a thing. So I kind of hate myself that I'm not that easily that I'm not that easily in term that I can't sleep that well that easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're more used to that.
Yeah, that's... How much sleep a person needs is a matter of like what you're used
お前
to,
が
hormones, lots of different hormones, and just individual basis.
これに似た絵を見かけたような
What was it again on this difficulty?
I don't know. Should I look it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that?
Rheinwald, I think.
Those on...
Oh, yeah, okay, right. Those were it. I remember.
You don't remember. I literally have the
Yeah, but
page
I-
open, you don't remember.
Oh. I did the achievement. I thought it was something else.
Apparently not.
Yeah, because I
like-
thought
もらえて嬉しい
the next section was it. No, here, don't get hit on this path, but... No, it was, open the shrine... Yeah, that makes more sense. To open the shrine wall without getting hit. I mean, that makes it a lot easier now.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I
When-
don't think I really have a sleep rhythm, but if I'm just left on my own, I tend to go to sleep at 16.
Yeah, I have the knife. You get it out automatically. Which is not a problem. So, let me just check.
ひなこしっかりしろ
Yeah.
返事をしろ
Yeah.
し
Anyway,
っかりしないと
only thing now is to maybe get a few upgrade stuff things now and our sword. And then the scarecrow puzzle.
On which difficulty are you right now?
It's story. It's just generally story because I don't think I should.
Oh, and you don't have the story mode achievement yet, right?
I have it already.
Oh,
But like the thing is,
but normal and hard you also have, right?
yeah, the only thing I really need in terms of playthroughs is a Lost in the Fog difficulty playthrough, not puzzle difficulty. And I want to do that when I have everything. So just knowing the puzzle just solves the shrine vault thing because yeah, it's like don't get hit on the way to the shrine vault. Which is oh yeah, right.
くそ
Ah. I forgot about you. Yee. I'm tired. Let me forgo. Well, you will see. It was enemy.
Yeah.
First boss to fight. Let's just quickly do the doctor house. Because then I think I can actually upgrade to full health. And I don't need to fuck around with health and such upgrades anymore.
Only a few weeks, and then supposedly EU5 is out.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they change that again.
I don't think so.
先生
The weirdest part about that game is just that a lot of influencers are playing it and are allowed to talk about it. But they are not allowed to show the game. So they just always just like, hey, just think I implied the footage back here. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well,
It
probably
is-
because there's still lots of bug squashing going on.
Yeah, but
何かい
like,
るの
I don't know. This isn't a bad thing.
こんなとこに置いとくなんて
Yeah. Makes you more worried than you should be.
It's just, that's the thing. It could be a sign, or it's just developer weirdness. Like, it's similar
normal,
to,
it's normal that bugs are getting squashed. You know? But like either it's so bad that you can't possibly show a playthrough. Or something else is going on. As you said, developer weirdness could be a thing.
I mean, it is probably more developer weirdness because else, you know, the people, again, YouTubers and co are playing it a lot.
And they're saying it's good.
So,
And I hope it's good. Gesundheit.
yeah, because
Yay.
all upgrades. Whee! I think I know which one you didn't get, by the way, Claire. I think it was the in the forest section. There's this one part where you have to where all the dolls are on the ground and they slowly activate, and you're just like, oh, just run through. There's the Emma there. And I think I picked that up on my first playthrough. Well, you were just saying, just run past it. And it's like,
True.
true. If you have the thing.
The Förmchen.
Yeah, it's one of, again, you're right. It's one of those sections that wants you to... Whee!
I still want the Space Blaster.
Would be great, yeah.
Another problem with EU5 right now that I still don't really know, and the information about the game.
Sorry, this one just gets me also.
I know, it always gets you if you're not paying attention. Can't you just attack 2 times and make a hard attack afterwards to not get stuck?
Yeah, I could.
But you never do.
Yes.
Also, every talk we have will just drain
Yes.
if you cannot, after attention, cycle back to where you were before.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What does worry you about EU5?
Like, I do not really find much information about the goal they want to have. It's all really abstract.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even with Wiki 3, we only when we played, we were like, so that's what the game's about, and we liked it.
True.
Meanwhile, I do think
But they also, in Wiki 3, said in the beginning they wanted to not have a war game, even though the whole game is about war, no matter what.
I really feel like this is to a degree nowadays just Paradox. Quite literally doing a very, very weird form of appeasement. As in... there is a certain amount, there's a certain player base for X games that doesn't want to actually play for X games.
This sounds a bit weird when you say it.
I mean, it's more in the sense of, they're like, oh, hey, they're very much in the group of, oh yeah, I just built my city here and I have fun, and no worries about that. Yeah, they just want to have basically a very simple city builder. They don't want to do war. They don't want to, because the thing about 4X, and Grand Strategy is a spin-off of 4X. I need to point it out.
Very closely related genres.
Yeah, the thing is that the 4X's stand for, well, exploring, expand, exploit, exterminate. So the whole point of the genre is that you, well, exploit resources to destroy your opponents, and then it's like
You explore the map, you expand your influence, you exploit resources, and you exterminate your enemies.
yeah,
ひなこ蔵のもの
That's
だ
roughly.
急げ
yeah, and there's an interesting thing about that because this. Yeah, I keep seeing people that don't want to do well, not even exterminate part, or the exploit really, or the explore, and it's weird. And then it gets labeled as, oh yeah, I'm just playing tall, and I'm like, you're doing nothing. You're basically doing nothing, and I keep seeing that, especially Paradox, just like, oh yeah, we're making tall viable and stuff, and you're like, it's weird that you keep saying that because all the games where you do that kind of fell off because like playing tall is boring to most people. But yeah, it's always a bit. Listen, I'm not against a game. Oh yeah, I need a
The Scarecrow.
Scarecrow puzzle story mode.
Yeah, that should be it. Remove the nail from the only girl who's openly carrying a knife.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, why are you different?
Open carry knife.
But Hinako, I like you so much. I love you so much. Wait, that's to Hinako. So who are we listening to? So someone is madly in love with Hinako apparently. Is this fucking Rinko again? Is she dual grinding to insanity?
Remove the nail from the only girl who isn't visibly armed.
So this one has. So it's her.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love you and Sakuko so much. I think I'd die if you ever left. Sakuko and I would probably bite off our tongues, go to our ice balls, and use gardening shears to chop off all the fingers one by one. Wait! Is Rinko maybe... Oh my god, Rinko! I was joking about the repressed lesbian. Yeah, it's like... I was like, okay, so Rinko's a yandere about
everyone.
Yeah, but like...
She's the polyandra.
The polyanderer? Oh my god! We need to get that concept rolling. I approve of the polyanderer.
There's only one girl in the crowd with a yellow floral brooch on her blouse. She's your huckleberry. Every other girl either has a heart-shaped brooch or no brooch at all.
Okay.
Even though that looks more like a bird to me, but sure. The neck is nearly turned 180.
I don't think that's... Oh, yeah, wait, heart-shaped. This one.
Yep. See, that looks more like a bird to me.
Yeah, but... You know what? That is very true, but also it rejects heterosexuality, so yeah, hell yeah. Also loves you also very much. He says he's in love with you. Every other girl to him is just a parasite. Doesn't even deserve to live. He's going to kill me too. Hinako, if you leave Shu behind, he's going to kill the rest of us. Girl, please, Hinako, save us. I love you. I
An
love
enemy to all women.
you. Rico, calm the fuck down! Girl! That doll has ass. I should have made a screenshot. Damn, girl.
Shu can't be trusted with himself or others.
Yeah. I probably have to post it with damn, this scarecrow's caked. he's just Rip-Off Heisenberg, yes. Everyone friends, right?
This one is tricky. Check out the girl in the middle of the pack. She's directly looking at the boy, and there's a girl directly behind her with her arms folded, positioned like she is watching the first one. Remove the nail from the scarecrow who's looking at the boy.
Okay,
I think that's her actually. Yeah.
that is her, I think, yeah. Correct. I've gotten on your nerves at least one time, right? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Is that the reason you don't want to stay with us anymore? What can I do to make you forgive me? What can I do to make you love Shu? Yeah.
No, just
God,
let Shu have an accident, okay?
let him have an accident, and then introduce literally, Rinko. You can't just be gay, girl. Okay? I'm very happy that the final run is just like, God damn it. Rinko blinked twice at Shu's been dragging you. I tell you, I will post memes.
Now you're lost in the fog.
Yeah.
どうして
Well, because something didn't load right, I think.
Not where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, it's just... It's weird.
またここに
Okay, wait a second. I feel like we might need to do this one again, because this should lead me directly to the next... Yeah, I know, it's just weird. Oh, there we go. Yes, you.
Yank the nail out of the scarecrow whose haircut looks the most like Hinako. The short-haired girl in the back of the group.
So this one.
Yep.
I like you so much. I love you. Okay. Rinko, calm the fuck
They're
down.
both pretty creepy, actually. Both guys.
Shu and, yeah, they are. Yeah, Rinko is gay.
Hello.
おいひなこ
We have it. Okay, can't do that. That's gonna be a pain. Well. Now I can just power through to some bosses.
Nice. So, can you remember what you were talking about before the
Yeah,
sacrifice?
that I think there's a certain audience that plays for X Games, not to play for X Games, but wants to basically play, you know, a super pacifist route all the time, you know, no wars, etc. And it feels a lot like some design elements have always been more, at least there is a certain push in the marketing to appeal to them. And that's worrying to a degree.
I would argue the SimCity genre would be more preferable for this type
They
of
should just
gameplay.
fucking play Anno or the Settlers. I'm like, sorry.
But even there, there's war, but you can easier avoid it. True.
Yeah.
早く行かなきゃ。
True, true.
Because the thing is, I know SimCity is just not the best in terms of, you know...
It hasn't had the most prolific development
これって
Yeah.
as a genre.
Yeah, that's the thing, but I feel like, especially in the 4X genre, it is shocking. There's a shocking amount of people that do want the genre to be something it shouldn't be. Because, like, listen, if you have a problem with war and such, or you know, you get you get anxious doing it, etc. I get it. But it's then weird to turn around and be like, oh, no. The games have to, encompass how I want to play it. And it's like, listen, there are a lot of play styles. Okay, let me put it like this. When we talk about video games, especially in multiplayer environments, there are a lot of ways to play a game, period, okay? But, and it's just a thing, okay? Some ways of playing games are not as healthy to the game as others. That is not even something where like, oh, do you want to, if I want to shame somebody. It's just like, we can all agree that if you play a multiplayer shooter, for example, okay? And the best way
あそこ空いてた
to play it, or the most encouraged way, is to sit in a corner and just basically kill people with one-hit kill weapons. It would suck. Because it would suck the dynamic out of, the whole game. I mean, even then, I would say in Dark Souls, a lot of people don't really want to do a lot of you know, how's it called? They want to do the knight playstyle, and it's fine. Actually, I do think the knight playstyle is not a bad idea because it has a certain identity to it. The problem is just, let's just be clear here. Like, that's the thing. I do think the knight playstyle could actually be buffed in Dark Souls because, like, a lot of other ones are just way stronger, and I get the appeal of you're just someone in armor with knight and with sword and shield. It's fine. That's something that should maybe even be supported. But that's the thing between single player and multiplayer games, because like I do think we actually saw that this mentality actually backfire, because I do think in recent times reliable, yes, but they're not like it wasn't like the strongest builds you can have or the best. And so like a lot of people basically make kind of mythic builds with that, and then are like, oh,
You mean
wait,
basically, people do not give a fuck about stats, really. They equip shield and hope for the best.
yes.
That's basically what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Dark Souls 2 kind of went all in on that, just basically saying like, look, no shield is actually blocking all of the damage except like one of them, and it's not even the best. So it was definitely like, hey, use shields as a utility tool and nothing else.
And I wanted a more aggressive playstyle.
I have to excuse myself again.
Oh.
My body hates me today. I'll be back in a second. I am very sorry for these delays. Getsuga Tenshu all day long. I haven't not played Dark Souls 3, so...
Also a thing you need to get to.
Yeah. One day. I am okay. This is literally just my intestines killing me today.
ショコ、こんなとこ
This isn't like,
Irritable bowel syndrome.
I think it would be that, yeah. But today it's just extremely bad. I don't know. It's reacting to something. It's reacting to something very, very badly. I still feel something in it. It's painful to a degree. It's like not
Nothing unusual, but it's not good either.
we're talking about the
サクコなの
the fact that some people are not playing that people are especially marketed to and seemingly catered to as well. And
I have to say, the first time I heard about tall playstyle, so to speak, was in the context of Stellaris, actually. That's why I first heard about it.
yeah, it's like, oh, people want to be the super strong small nation that just owns like one system or so, and like the thing is, for X games to be enjoyable, there needs to be... Wait a second. Yeah, I have not touched the capsules.
Yeah.
There needs to be friction. There needs to be some form of expansionism, basically.
Well, expansion is at least the easiest way to get conflict, yeah.
Yeah, you want conflict. And, sure, you could have conflict in a way that is more tailored towards stuff like markets, etc. Which is fine, but it would still be conflict. Let's not kid ourselves here. Like, for example, in Wiki 3, okay? It's basically like, you know, when you do the, how's it called? When you do a power block, yes, you can get people into your power block without needing to do war. But that's still expanding your sphere of influence. Your sphere of influence. It's still creating conflict in a way, and it's still mostly a vehicle, so you can, in the end, do war about things.
I would even say some of the mechanics design of the power blocks with the whole, oh, your infamy is high, your cohesion gets low, is kind of antithetical to what a power block wants to be, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like either,
逃げなきゃ
what's it called? A forced coalition or what's the opposite? How's the opposite of forced?
サクコここダメ
Voluntary.
Voluntary, yes, thank you. Voluntary coalition.
Yeah, there's a lot about that, but I would say I do think in their core idea, power blocks are just there to provide something that you want to engage with, thus, you know, the upgrades, but also their primary goal is to just create conflict. Meanwhile, when people talk about, oh, I want to play Thor, they basically talk about, I don't want conflict at all. I do not want to have any type of conflict in my game. And that's weird. I can say that, right? It's weird. Because
Yes,
like the point
I think weird Fits. Yeah. I'm personally not convinced Tall as a playstyle.
It's not
Because
really.
it's basic. You could call it a challenge run, or in Wiki 3 it would be something like GDP per capita maxing, but it's not really a play style because you're actively not engaging with many parts of the game.
Yeah, it's like ignoring the game to a big degree. That's weird. Like, again, it's similar to... I mean...
Have you had her achievement yet?
Oh yeah, I have that, actually.
Okay, good.
I did that on my first playthrough, if you remember.
No, I don't.
どうして何なの
It's like, don't get hit by her bell.
Okay.
サクコお願いだからやめて
You know, the texture card is up here. That's what I'm not supposed to get hit by, and...
Okay. Now that's luckily easy. There's no stamina. Lucky dodge.
Yeah,
That's
So
so
the thing-
Sakuko.
that was Sakuko, yeah. The thing is that it's similar to, you know, when I pointed out in shooters, like, imagine in Call of Duty, the game would specifically support
ドジだね
Market mode.
markets too, and would be designed more around camping. Like, here's the thing. To camp is one thing. Because, like, listen, sometimes it's just sensible to just be in a place, especially when you know enemies are around, stay there for a bit, and pick them off. But if you would design a whole game to just be that, it would be boring as shit. Because the point of a multiplayer shooter is that people move around and engage in firefights. That is the core thing that makes these games fun. Camping is antithetical and breaks them. Camping, ironically, only works as long as it is done in the context that everyone else is not camping. That is the absurdity of camping.
Yeah, with camping specifically, as long
That's
as
new.
it's new.
That's new.
うるさすぎるめでたくないお幸せにじゃない少し黙れ考えさせろ私に話しかけるな
Like, I think that's a good example to have for that is Modern Warfare 19. Because when that game came out, it had two things that made people pretty pissed, and those were slowly changed actually. First of all, carrying also works when you have a nice set and good supplies. Yeah. The thing is, basically a lot of the maps were designed in a way that they had a lot of hiding spots with good visibility outwards. And since the time to kill was low, meaning you could actually use stuff like shotguns and in cramped spaces where people would run past, a lot of people just hid in corners, stopped people from there, and never really engaged in anything about the game. And also,
they engaged more than I would say if you were playing tall. But camping only works to some degree if there is like intended friction between the campers and the people who play normally, and the campers should be always losing technically to some degree.
They should be, but like the irony in Modern Warfare 19 was because they also then changed the whole system, which they did before to be about points and score, to kill streaks back again. Guess what? Suddenly, trying to not die while safely getting kills was actually very much rewarded.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Like if you go then back to tall, it's not really applicable that easily. I think like making the systems tall, quote unquote tall player engages in more engaging. That's good. Because that means managing your country is not mindless busy work.
Yeah.
That's good. Making expansion not extremely easy, also good.
Yes. But there's...
But you, in the end, like if you manage to conquer big swaths of land and control them, that's where the reward should be.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. The irony is that tall is actually supported in those games. And I do think, by the way, it has a certain place in the genre. But again, it's similar to the whole thing about camping. It exists in context. Because if you, for example, look at, how would playing tall, what would that mean in a game like Age of Wonders, for example, like very classic 4X game?
Well, the basic definition of tall that was originally used before people muddied the whole thing was basically no expansion.
Yeah, basically.
So that means one city culture. I think there are some cultural traits you can take for that.
Yeah, but to be more precise here, I do think what tall kind of is, especially in 4X games, and where it got muddied from, is the idea that, you play in a round with, let's say, 3 other people. So it's a 4-player round, okay? And you make the conscious decision that you do not engage. Because your idea is you build up for the late game, at best probably with a setup or faction that is really good in the late game. And just, you might not be good in the beginning. You might just not grab a lot of land in the beginning. But the thing is, everyone else might just do war, and then you come out swinging later and just sweep over someone who's not as prepared.
This is not playing tall.
This is the idea where it would exist, but the thing is
where it would exist.
Let me finish here.
No, the idea where it would exist.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Okay. By the way, this is the one playstyle that was always in 4X games.
True.
Always. I do think
I wouldn't call that playing tall.
Yeah, because
also, can you finally unequip your pills?
I have them unequipped.
Okay, because they were shown.
They're not here.
Okay.
As long as they're not in here, no worries.
Good. Thank you. Because I don't count that as playing tall. Playing tall?
Yeah.
As presented by people who were playing tall, before playing tall was very, very muddy, was just, I want to play the game without expanding at all. Yeah. They have not even a concept of trying to win most of the time.
That's the thing. Because what I do think what happened is that these people looked at playstyles that, basically involved not doing a lot until the end, when you have really strong units, and then you just roll over. And you usually do that against AI.
It's often easier to do that because rushing them down might be harder,
Yeah.
depending on the game.
The thing is just that if you think about it to a pretty big degree, actually. Wait. What then happened is that a lot of people looked at this playstyle and just wanted to do that. In fact, and this is something I want to point out. People hate the fact that you can play aggressive in strategy games.
今何かが飛んで
It sounds absurd if you think about it. Because you're like, what? But yeah, like, we know people in the flesh that said rushing is cheating. First of all, rushing isn't real. Harassment is a core part of, well, strategy games. Period. You want to scout, harass, that's just a thing, okay? And I know why it can be annoying, because I know that, especially when you want to get into the strategy genre, harassment...
You mean RTS?
Oh,
Strategy.
RTS.
Because strategy is like a lot bigger. And I think you're primarily talking about RTS.
Yeah, primarily RTS, but like... harassment also exists... Harassing also exists in 4X.
To a lesser degree.
To a lesser degree, but it does exist. And I do think that that's where a lot of anxiety comes from, because like this, I know when you get into a genre, it can feel really shitty just being the at the end of a player that knows how to do harassing. Like, if you don't know how to fight against it,
Luckily, I provided that experience for you. Yeah.
and it's just that's just something I also knew I had to get over, but it still sucked. You know, that's someone that knew that. You know, I know I had to get over it. I know that this was something I just had to learn, but like, holy shit, it sucks. And the thing is, those are the two things about the strategy genre. I do think why the whole I want to play tall is being pushed so much by people, because the strategy genre is hard to learn. Again, when you talk about RTS, well, RTS sucks to learn. You will be cheesed. You will be you will be cheesed. You will be harassed. You will be you will meet people that literally will teach you one thing, that the best way to actually fight someone is to prevent them from being able to play the game. And that's, if you want to learn something, yeah, that sucks. I said it before, that this is similar to the fighting game genre, but there a lot of more people learned like, oh yeah, no, I need to just get through this. That's just how it is. But yeah. I do think the whole idea of tall just morphed out of this idea of, hey, you're doing the playstyles that put you at basically at a disadvantage early to be in an advantageous position later, and just kind of wants that to be the only thing because they really hate the idea of someone basically attacking them when they can't fight back. And I get that. That's a very natural thing. Yeah, like, you don't want to be fighting against someone who is simply stronger than you. Who you can't defend against. And especially in something like a 4X game. This is so normal. Like, again, when we talk about rushes in RTS games, okay? A rush is one thing. That sucks, okay? And knowing how to defend against a rush basically means you need to play efficient, you need to know what you're doing, but crucially, you kind of can get a feeling because it's real time.
Not yes, yeah.
Yeah. In a 4X game, why you're getting steamrolled in round 20 can be decided in round 4. Fucking know that. Fucking learn that. Like, ever thought about the fact that it is really, really hard also new.
私たち以外の誰もいないこの街で二人きりで話がしたい
Well, I mean, not a bad wish, but yeah. The thing is that, yeah, if you look at, oh, I think I missed one. Oops. Nui. I don't actually. Oh, let's just try. I do think there are some more radios inside though, so. Thanks. Still gonna look through the school a bit though. I want to see if there are more radios. That's it. But yeah, like, there's a reason why the idea of playing tall just came to fruition because, like, it is.
In an RTS, you know, you're probably dead in 3 minutes if you're getting rushed. If you're getting rushed in an 4X game, yeah.
That's 20 minutes.
At least, depending on how fast you play. So it's easier to say turns there because time you spend on a turn might be vastly different, but
yeah.
And ironically, the same people who have a problem with that put the game on extremely slow so that they only see it in round 40.
Yeah, which is even more ironic if you think about it.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah. Somehow that's closed. So yeah, they're making it even slower, so they don't learn. So they want to have something even more about, you know, only playing against AI, or they want that to be reaffirmed, because that's the thing. If you constantly see that a 4X game is meant to be played against humans, you will, and this is one thing that is just part of psychology. People who say it is fine to play against bots repeat that openly because they know that the games they play against bots are not meant to be played against bots. Bots are meant to be filler when you don't have humans around. But this is a form of validation. I mean, ironically, I would say there is a similar situation currently happening in, how's it called? How's it called in the it's at least in the FPS sphere, because some people are gung ho on basically how's it called? They're basically gung ho on fuck. On doing a whole, oh, we don't want how's it called?
We never had everything open. By the way. No, the clover.
No, I don't think that's it. Oh, it was just one thing.
Okay. So, FPS.
Yeah, because there's currently the whole thing going on that a bunch of people are like, oh no, movement has to be nerfed because we don't want all those ADHD young sweats ruining the game. And here's the thing. I know that to a degree, certain games, Call of Duty mainly, have gone completely overboard with movement systems. I get that. And I get why it feels frustrating because, you know, the more your game has a movement system built in, the more it actually wants you to also use it. As in, like...
yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so when you play against someone, the felt difference in skill when you get defeated is higher. So what this leads to is that people basically, and this is what this is in the end about, want to nerf and remove all things they perceive as maybe unfair.
Unfair how?
Well, unfair to them. Unfair to them, basically. They don't want someone to just slide around the corner and be like, look, you know, and kill them. They have a perceived, how's it called? They have a perceived enemy in their brain, okay? And they have anxiety about the idea of someone, in this case, very much spelled out young people, just being better at them because mechanically...
Better at them?
What?
Better at them?
Better than them. Okay. Because, you know...
Mechanically,
yeah, because the mechanics go for that. Which one was this one again? Right, it was. Yeah, but like, it always used that. That's the irony about it, you know? Oh, that's, yeah, right. Wrong one.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, the whole matchmaking system is a different topic people have a problem with, because in the end, it technically matches them with people of similar skill level. Which kind of probably destroys the self-image people have of themselves.
I think it's even, that's not even, that was, yes, but like, what is bus again? Was it 3? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, because we did that. What would be G again?
No idea. I have to say,
well,
I don't understand these kinds of puzzles.
I need to then, okay, 399. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I remember that one. Nope, it isn't that.
So you don't remember? Or misremember?
Yeah, I think egg was the one, but...
You done with the lockers?
No. Can you just look it up? Lockers, easy.
Sure.
But yeah, the thing is that matchmaking system is a different topic, but also I would say one reason people people actually made one connection wrong. Like, for example, they keep saying, "Oh, it is especially hard nowadays," and like maybe they tuned it up a bit. But the thing is, it existed.
Which one?
It's Asakura Ayumi.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not 366. But as there was a story mode solution. It's C.
Whatever. So, you wanted to get to something. I'm interested.
Yeah. So the thing is that the whole thing is that skill-based matchmaking was always a thing in the series. Always. Since like at least 2 decades nowadays. But people keep saying, oh, since Modern Warfare 19 it got worse. And the thing is, personally, I don't feel it. Probably at higher levels, especially you feel it, because that's also what the dev said. But I don't think it actually got that much worse. What did change, though, is that the series itself refocused very, very hard. Nope, it doesn't. There is a certain team balancing aspect in it, but it's not supposed to give you lopsided matches. That's not what it does. Not at all. Like, I can tell you because, like, I played so much Call of Duty back in the day, and in my Black Ops 2 days, I've sometimes been on fucking winning rampages. The game did balance and put at similar... It might have just been a bit tighter nowadays, but the thing is, especially when you play at higher level, higher skill levels, what I do think is that, what do happen, I think, is that the general skill expression and the general skill level of a lot of people widened in the at the top part of the game. Meaning that if you, for example, nowadays play and you play well, you get switched faster upwards than, you know, in the lower brackets. I mean, fast upwards in the skill part where people are actually genuinely really good at the game. Yeah, and that's the thing. While Call of Duty has become more and more, you know, streamlined, I would say it has become very competitive in its core mechanics. Hello, Melmi-san. And this is why I would say it feels more, you feel it way more nowadays than it actually was before that. Because, like, think about it like this. In the next iteration, yeah, and the thing is that the irony is that people that were already good at the game are now in relatively high skill brackets where the skill expression is fluctuating much more. Game design a lot, I guess I'd say. Game design and support of certain playstyles. And I do get why people are frustrated because they want definitely more one of those older games, like, let's say, for example, when we talk Call of Duty, it would be like, something compared to Modern Warfare 3, the original, which was very lenient. Like, there was a very high skill ceiling, but the overall, in the overall sense, the game never truly went in a, oh, I can't manage this, because, for example, the movement wasn't as, was like, yeah, you just need to place yourself, you sometimes lie down correctly. There was a lot of leeway, and especially if you then maybe look at something like, oh, there was a bot by bot. If you then look at, for example, how's it called? I don't need to go in here, actually. If you then look at, for example, the sequel, Ghosts, and I know people scoff at Ghosts, but Ghosts actually had on its flag to be very, very mild in terms of what kill streaks do. That it was very much built around the idea that you don't need to be, it doesn't need to be high skilled and fast. And that kind of playstyle has been long gone. Nowadays, like, every Call of Duty game is a more and more faster. You need to be really on your game, top game, to win. It's more punishing, so suddenly, even if you tighten the matchmaking a little bit, it just feels harsher to everyone because you switch between skill brackets way faster. Even though I would say the general...
Just to chime in a bit also, for the people that had problems with the skill-based matchmaking, like, the skill of a person, like, of playing a video game, varies more widely than people like to, well, know, realize, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even the difference between, like, who would normally play Call of Duty? Probably someone who was with the series for a long time and got home from work and just wants to play the series because that's what they have always done.
Yeah.
That person coming home from work versus that person coming home from work 3 hours later are probably not even matched against each other anymore.
Yeah.
And then again, the matchmaking system gets you average.
Yeah. And then there's also the thing that, which is, by the way, a very important thing. The idea of skill-based matchmaking is already used by people the same way as right-wingers use woke. Because the thing is, on a psychological level, this was never about actually having fair matches. Because when I then hear people talk about, Battlefield 6 and being like, oh, there has to be skill-based matchmaking in the game because I feel like that. It's just like, no. What you feel is your inferiority. And this is the only word I can use because there's a lot of things about Battlefield 6 that can make that feeling because the maps are dense, they're sort of infantry fights are...
Probably more accurate, perceived inferiority.
Yeah. There's a certain amount of... skill that you need to have to be more effective at the game, but ultimately, what we're talking about is the fact that people see inconveniences at the game. They feel an inconvenience, aka they do not win as much as they anticipate they want to do. And now they're just falling back on the one thing, they were trained to hate. Because again, their problem was never about actually, is there something wrong with the game? It was always about, I am not as good as I think I am, so something has to be wrong with the game. This is what a lot of it boils down. And again, sometimes these people might look at some problems, but the problems are always much more layered. Like, for example, I would say, yes, matchmaking might be a bit overtuned in Call of Duty, but it won't go away. Like, you need to keep in mind, aside from the really high-level people who did a weird, oh, everything is fine now in the Black Ops 7 beta, most people were still pissed, even though there were literally playlists with tuned-down skill-based matchmaking. And you know why? Because if you play a game that is basically so streamlined into being all about, being competitive and high skill expression, like, no, like, oh hey, you have a game where you can run in every direction, where the time to kill is relatively low, time to kill is relatively low, you can literally jump, so dolphin dive and slide in every direction while sprinting, and if you run up to a wall and jump onto it, you can still kick yourself off of the wall to gain more height and reach other places. You realize, you notice how overloaded that movement system is, and if you are actually, like, good at it, you can dominate the matches.
High skill floor, high skill ceiling.
Yeah. The skill floor is, I would say the skill floor is not that high overall, but it is, because, like, but you kind of need to avoid every other mechanic in the game to not basically fall out of that bracket. And that's the thing. We are looking at a game with a really high skill ceiling. And a lot of people will use that. So, whoops, suddenly you just created basically a matchmaking pool that hard filters you between people who don't use those mechanics and that use mechanics if you play just semi-okay. That's a big thing to keep in mind, Like, meanwhile, in older games, the skill ceiling was there. Like, there was a skill ceiling, but it wasn't... The difference between normal skill and higher skill was not as extreme.
Not as pronounced?
What?
Not as pronounced?
Not as pronounced. Yeah. But the thing is, again, I say it's not even the super high skill floor. It's just literally the fact that the skill ceiling is this high, but like you switch very fast in between the skill ceiling and the skill floor.
It makes no sense.
Okay. Basically, in the newer Call of Duty titles, it's like if someone plays well, okay, or just okay, they basically ping pong between brackets where people use all the movement skills and where people don't.
Then you would need to actually say that you're talking about the skill brackets. I have to say though, okay, you're definitely right that
Yeah.
obviously the longer a game goes on, or especially series, the more skill the average player becomes, I would not say that it necessarily shuts out newer players.
Not necessarily, yeah.
It will, by virtue of being more labor, to get into it. Which then comes a question of, do you want to do this work to get there and enjoy the game? Or it's not worth it to you? If it's not worth it to you,
Is it
then...
even enjoyable?
Yeah.
That's a big thing to... Yeah.
Like we said earlier about RTS, for example.
Yeah. It's RTS are like one of those things where you really need to just brace that skill floor.
Yeah, has to. And well, obviously it does for some people, otherwise Call of Duty, for example, wouldn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, but they are currently crumbling because they really go for for a certain type of game that just and not sure what like this actually then sweeps into other games, because right now at the launch of from Battlefield 6, I can say with confidence they tuned the movement way too much down. You are very slow, and like already the beta was the slowest title in the series, and no, it's just really slow now. It gets the shit kicked out of you for ages, then most players will fail away. Well, yeah, that's true, but also, like, let's just keep in mind, Claire, RTS, and especially the fighting game genre, is basically just that, and people still do it. But especially with fighting games, people have a more clear picture of what they need to put into to get to that point where it is really fun. While a lot of genres don't do that, a lot of people then, if you don't have this clear message of the skill floor is high, get used to it, it will just end up attracting people that literally are like, remove the skill ceiling, bring it down, bring the skill floor down. Again, a lot of times to the detriment of the game, I would say, because it's... Yes and no. Again, I do think you can probably say, depending on which title, some of the bots play well, but most don't. As someone who actually played fighting games, not really. You can learn to a degree from it, but
to a certain extent, you definitely can learn from it, but
which is, I think, better than...
The way bots play versus the way humans play is so different.
Yeah, I would say definitely the fighting game genre has probably, in this case, in this sense, probably the best bots, because, like, the amount of stuff you can learn and train on bots is more than most other multiplayer genres. Meanwhile, I would say FPS games... no. Like, yeah, but even if you play a bot match in a multiplayer shooter, it's like it can teach you a few things, but not how most people would react in the heat of the moment on a map. So you can learn less from that. And arguably, I would say RTS has it the worst, because their bots suck. Like, I know people are like, oh, I just like comp stomping. You literally do not learn RTS playing that, because RTS bots are so bad. They're basically teaching you bad habits. And
yeah,
it's not good.
Ironically, even if you're playing on higher difficulties, which usually means the bots do more, have more resources and stuff, that usually leads to a very passive playstyle. And abusing certain AI behaviors.
Yeah.
Which, ironically, after then, like we had it once when someone came after, I think, a month or so, like single player practicing against bots, played Dark Crusade with us. He just came online with not playing. obviously he got stomped.
Oh yeah.
And he was very confused as to why. And, well, we played a few rounds and gave some tips. And he immediately got better.
Oh yeah. He was definitely very committed to just actually improving, so good on him actually. Yeah, it's just one of those things with like high skill ceiling games can be insanely fun. I just say it also depends on who your audience is to do, but I do think again some part it reflects back onto who plays these games, because like as I said before, you then have the whole stupidity of no, the movement in Battlefield 6 has to be slow because that's what people want, and then this is told by people who have played not even half as long as I did, and they label themselves as veterans, which is just like, listen, your insecurity is oozing at every single step that you do not want to have a game where potentially someone with a better ability than you could dominate you. It's like it is adult whining. Yeah, but like the thing is, the irony in this case is that it's not only a match against it's just like the perceived idea that anyone could have any advantages over them, or that they might need to train a little bit, is enough to make them want that the games adjust to their playstyle.
I would argue against the last. I would argue against the last thing. There is no multiplayer match where you can't learn something.
Oh.
Especially if you lose.
Fair, but like here's a lot of people that are like, they want to play multiplayer games, but they what is I do think, yeah, you can learn in every multiplayer match. That I would agree with that, Claire. But I think I would say
There's it.
no. Sorry. What I want to say is
Concentrate for a second.
okay, Claire. I don't think they're not learning because they're frustrated. I do think actually most of these people do not learn because they don't want to. Like, keep in mind, a lot of people actually go into these matches and are a bit older, and they just assume that they are good because they were good once, so they should be good, right? And yeah, but the thing is, when your reflexes are dog shit, you can either train them, or crucially, that's another point, you can adapt your playstyle. That's not a hard thing to do, by the way. Like,
But then again, on the whole attention span and willingness to learn, obviously it has to be fun for you in the first place.
fair.
Otherwise, obviously, makes no sense.
but then we come back to the irony that these people want to play these games and yet do not want to learn, but rather want games to be for them. And like, again, I can actually agree on some parts that some games might have gone overboard, might have overtuned for what they were, but yeah. That really depends on the design, I would say. Like, for example, with Call of Duty, yes, because like the whole design of the game is about that nowadays. To a certain degree, it is just that. But, and this is like another very crucial thing to keep in mind, I do think you can actually make a lot of games that are not about reflexes.
Also, just side note, I don't know if it was brought up yet. Muscle memory also is just buildable.
Yeah, you can build that. Like,
The question is always, is it worth it to the person in question?
yeah, so up to you,
Obviously,
actually.
it also gets harder the older you get. Also,
Yeah. But like I would say generally what you need most is like it always comes down to what type of game you are playing. And let me put it like this. Sometimes when you sometimes the balance of such a of what how much you need to have some reflexes versus how much you need to just know the game can be skewed. Because like the thing is, I know that the whole reflex thing came up because well, Counter-Strike, and then people just applied it to Call of Duty because ironically at lower skill levels, yeah, you can just pretty easily basically go and and just dominate some people because, well, you're just better at aiming. So a lot of people are like, oh, this is all this is about. The reality is, I know these people who are like, oh, you're playing on console, you don't know how it is on PC. Then I played against them on PC because I also played those games on PC to a degree. And I just fucking demolished them because the irony is, no, positioning map and positioning and knowing the map and rotating through it is actually way more important than aiming.
or
Aiming just kind of comes back down. What?
or to simplify, having the better reflexes than the other person
Yeah.
gives you the advantage in a fair encounter. The skill of the game at that point would be to not ever be in a fair encounter.
Yeah. But like, then there's the other irony about it, because like,
Yeah, but if we're talking about hypothetical person with not much time to spare, isn't that in the end their decision if they want to spend the time on it or not? Like the game doesn't need to cater to every person.
yeah.
We should have games for every person.
But I do think, yeah, we should have games for every person, but the game should not be catering to every person. But then we go into the point again that a lot of people think every game should be playable by them. But
Games? No, I don't get the context.
most
right.
games, no. No idea here. Canada's positioning and map knowledge, that is kind of the most important part in most games. Especially when
most
you're
games?
in most shooters, that is like the core thing you need to learn.
That combined with the movement of the game.
Like at lower levels, even in Counter-Strike, you dominate more when you just know where to position yourself. Sure, in Counter-Strike especially, you will end up. I mean, the irony is that COD had mass appeal. It's just right now kind of just banking on keep doing that while it just.
Obviously isn't that much for mass appeal.
I wouldn't say it is that much for mass appeal. It's just
That's what I said.
yeah, yeah.
COD right now isn't that mass appealing.
Yeah, fair point. The thing with COD is that
Yeah, we had that already.
yeah, we've already talked about that. I was before that also saying
I think you're kind of replying to some unsaid things. The problem is I don't think about unsaid things.
yeah.
So I have no idea what you're trying to address. Because, yeah, we already said that. So are we talking in circles, or am I missing something? Usually when it happens, people reply to something unsaid.
Yeah. The thing is just, we all agree on the higher skill ceiling will just shrink the audience. And the thing is, we also agree on the fact that Call of Duty is currently just kind of throwing their goodwill out of the window by just
Changing.
But again, people point to the wrong problems, I would say.
Wasn't it originally more about marketing for things that were unhealthy to the game?
Yeah,
We kind of changed the topic.
it was about marketing to the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't follow the conversation anymore.
The point is just that that's again not really the point. The thing here is more, if anything, that we're not talking about audiences that you know, like for example with Call of Duty, where it's kind of obvious that they're you know, just they have like legitimate grievances. Like, I actually agree with most of them that, you know, the series has just gone in a way that sucks. But crucially, I do think a lot of people misidentify the problems and just make everything worse because, most people think they know design and they do not. Another big thing though, and this is what I want to emphasize, when we walk back to the whole thing about the marketing about 4X games and Grand Strategy games, I do think the whole, what a lot of people, especially online, want to have with building tall, is that they already have a very different idea about how these games are supposed to be played in their head. And then demand that all the other games just do that. Follow the ideas, because, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the complaint that was brought up was better marketing actually starts to reflect it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that concerns us, because, again, I do think having some abilities to do stuff while you're not expanding is one thing. And good. Games should have that. Even Grand Strategy games, even Quake games, as I said. I do think the idea that the idea of factions, for example, in an Age of Wonder style section, that you can build something that is good in the late game, but, you know, that is good in the late game, but struggles in the early game, is, in my opinion, actually helpful. It's part of the game's identity. Like, hell, a good example, okay, to a degree, is in Dominions. There is a faction called Armor. Armor is pain to everyone else. Why? Because Armor will be just a literal pain late game. Because they will turn the land unusable. They will they will turn the land unusable. They will turn okay, I made the second save. Good. They will turn the land unusable. They will swarm you. It's like Armor is just...
It's a noob basher, basically.
It is a noob basher, yes. But crucially, Armor's idea is, hey, will you take care of these, of this faction? Or will you let them reign free? And in a multiplayer match, that is a wonderful idea. Because, again, as I said, 4X games, to be a good 4X game, and this is why the old Civilization games are so popular. By the way, Civ 7 failed because it reduced a lot of aspects that produce conflict or allow you to engage in conflict with other players. There is a lot more about why Civ 7 just really didn't It's funny how they give you like a last chance to drug yourself anyway. Oh, and now they're gone. Ha! But yeah, no.
Phantom pills.
Yeah, pills gone. No more pills.
とりあえず家の中で2人を待つか。
The key thing here is that this idea of, oh hey, we have someone in the match, especially a multiplayer match, that will be bad late game, but do I want to actually put pieces on them now? Because let's just be real, the fast people and those that are mid game are more of a threat now than the late game people. And that just keeps the game dynamic, and that is good. That is healthy. That is something games want. Now, let's loop back though for a second.
頑張ります。
The idea of, because especially also in, a 4X game, a grand strategy game, I do think having robust mechanics that you can, for some time, just do things inside of your country and build up is good and should be in games like Victoria and EU5, etc. Because sometimes you just play someone that can't actually, well, sometimes you just play someone that can't just expand as easily. So for example, the Dutch lands, like where do you want to go in EU5? The thing is just, overall, if you, the core idea is that you still have ways to expand. Like, for example, oh, you have problems going somewhere else with your, wait a second. Well, now I just realized we will reload a few times, and I need to, I need to fucking defeat Lava Girl. Here's the thing.
Then just finish your thought.
Yeah. Because I need to reload her a few times, probably.
Yes.
Okay, the thing is that you need to do conflict in some other forms. That is, for example, dominating markets. You need to do something that puts you on the map and lets you put pressure on other countries / players. But what I do see what a lot of people want with playing tall, that's the thing. Playing tall is just a nice reframing of pacifistic non-aggression playing. They want to win the game without they not needing to attack anyone, or also no one should attack them easily. And that is the through line here, because again, just saying, oh, we make it a bit, because in the beginning when, they were like, oh yeah, we're putting some stuff in that you can build a bit more tall in Stellaris, for example, we were on board. Because like the only real viable thing you did in Stellaris back then was blob and blob more. Which is still good, but the idea that you have something to do while not doing that is good. Now, to just wrap it up, I do think this is what worries us, because I do think we do not talk about the fact that this idea of playing tall is just being pushed more and more into the grand strategy and 4X sphere as just something you should do and is acceptable, while the quiet part is not being spoken out, that this is not about the whole, hold back, wait for the end game, long-term strategy plays that are vital to a game, that are, healthy to a game, but towards specific play styles that people want to play that basically means ignoring the conflicts of those games. So, now let's try not to get fucking hit by her puppets. Oh god, I need to walk through the whole sequence again.
Any other achievement?
What?
Any other achievement you need you shoot for?
It's literally just not getting hit by her puppets and killing her, which is probably going to be the most annoying one.
Good luck.
私たちを祝ってくれている。
Oh. Can you maybe look up if you Rinko no dolls?
Those are...
Yeah, I just need to avoid her puppets.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, anyway. I know.
Try killing the puppets. Should have dodged them, I think. Okay, there comes one. Ah, you got hit. Oh,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I think
Either
it
you hit or you dodged weird.
No, it got me.
Oh, Claire said there should be an autosave.
Yeah, but the autosaves do not work with this.
Okay.
I don't want to. This is when if I would kill myself every time, and I don't fucking want to do that.
Okay. Then they work. You just don't want to.
Yeah, it would be more annoying to kill myself.
And I think so? Should be faster than this.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's try it next time.
Now we're simulating some walking.
皆が私たちを祝ってくれ
Walking sim! Walking sim!
Very enjoying walking sim. Actually, like the whole fox statues are so cool.
Load is just specific save files. While I think continue is the latest save file. I will try though. Okay.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Why are you talking?
I don't know.
that way?
I kind of hate the fact that I need to do this fight now, and
I get you, but you don't need to. You don't need every achievement.
I want to though because they were like so close to actually.
Then you can't complain. You want this.
騙してなんかない。
Honest on fire. Everyone ignited again.
Ah, that got me.
Don't think you took damage.
A slight bit just.
呪ってやる。幸せになんかさせない。お前の幸不幸はお前の責任だ。
Yeah, you have no stamina.
Oh, I got it! Yes! Oh, second try! Woo!
Good work.
Yeah. Oh my god. I really thought this one would be annoying because the other one... Okay, no, this is not gonna be the most annoying. You know what's gonna be the most annoying one? Yeah, because you know what the Shu achievement is? Don't get hit by his fucking arrows! Ah! Anyway. Achievement done! I still have time to spare. So...
Onwards.
What do you mean, the Puppet Master? You know, it's the third last one that people get, so... more people have cleared the game on Lost in the Fog. It's still not a lot. Ah, well. Well, it should be...
Well, Hidden Umamori is the rarest one, apparently.
Yeah, I know also why. Because...
待ってて。 すぐ行く。
because the one in the residence is so easily overlooked. By the way, for the last ending, I need to purify the sword, but give up the brooch. It's that it. I don't need the Agura no Hote-sama. Just to be clear here for a second. Okay, good. Agonia is looking up. It's 4.
It's number 4?
It's number 4. Yeah. Ever using single red capsule, purify the sacred sword. Okay, I don't need the Agura no Hote-sama. Obviously, that's for the second one. Okay.
Kind of ironic, like that they're saying that the Jisu statue to lay the brooch down is easily missed because it's well hidden. Ironically, you found that on your own.
I did it literally on the first try.
Yeah, but the way to the sword you're using right now, that's full of hints, but you didn't figure it out until later.
Yeah, even now I'm like, am I going to run past it? Because I do think it's behind here somewhere. This is the school, I think. No.
That's the school there, top right.
There. This is where the sword was, and I can backtrack at least. So
また私を戻らすのか。
I hate
Really?
the
You double dodge through it. You don't. What? You can probably dodge through the whole thing. Very interesting. You can actually dodge through roars. In a Silent Hill game, no less.
what?
What?
I didn't understand you acoustically.
I said you can dodge through roars. In a Silent Hill game, of all things.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Can I say one thing? I do wish it did it though, like Monster Hunter, so that if you blocked or dodged through a roar, it would invalidate them. That would just make the game flow a lot better.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think actually it should. Like,
I get
dodging
it.
through the roar being extra hard, especially in a Silent Hill game, seems fine to me.
It is fine. This isn't like impossible, but
You're
yeah.
not supposed to be, I don't know.
I mean, I could have maybe made it as some upgrade, because as I said, I do think the skill system they have should have just given you passively upgrades instead of putting those on Omamori, but you know.
Earplugs upgrade.
Yeah, or just like I would actually put it on one of the levels of sanity. Because
because the screams aren't really loud. They're just
like
frightening, I guess.
Yeah, like for example, the first breakthrough point for sanity you get is like oh hey, now you charge faster. Then the next one is you can ignore roars. Stuff like that. I think that would actually have fit pretty well into the game. Again, I do think making some Omamori basically mandatory just is probably one of the biggest problems this game has in terms of game flow and design. Especially since you keep switching between the sets.
Yeah. Like, it's generally hard to avoid making things basically mandatory, but I think this game could have done
街
it.
で一番古いお稲荷様だ。
Wash.
I kind of don't want to now.
No?
Because I want to do a third... Oh, wait a second. I think the next shrine is down there. I make a third save file there. Simply due to one reason. Then I don't need to do the fucking boss fight again. Like the pill ending. It's gonna be annoying enough.
I love the sword.
The doll designs are great, yeah.
I said the sword.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I understood doll for some reason.
Can you do? But now you know. I said sword design.
Oh yeah, because it's a sword. No?
Huh?
I mean, like a lot of sacred swords in video games are over-designed.
Oh, I mean, especially like the animations that
Oh,
Hinako swung around by the sword. I still think the sword has no idea how to swing a sword, but
It is being swung. It swings itself with confidence.
yeah. But then again, I think lots of those moves would work if it could also pull Hinako's legs.
侵食されてない。俺、大人呼んでくるから。落ち着いて。怖がってるだけだから。怖くない。怖くないよ。大丈夫？すごい血。早く。
Definitely unconcerned for the hands that are wielding it. Yeah.
Could be such a more effective killing machine, you know?
Yeah. Oh, we are bracing bracing through that game, but we will.
Bracing, not bracing.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm just.
私はひなこ。清水ひなこ。
Bracing is like...
Oh, she talked to the.
こともあったな。
Ah.
どうして今思い出すんだろうな。
She talked to the fox this time.
Oh, you have an unpurified sword.
Yeah, I know, but like that's not what I want to do right now.
Can I say?
Huh?
Although I like Silent Hill F, I will be very happy when you're done with it and we can play more EDF.
Oh yeah.
私の町が
EDF, EDF, EDF. Anyway, so now let's do one here.
化け物の巣じゃないか。
EDF is a fun game. Actually, let's redo those 2 saves. Just to...
Save on a puppet fight.
Yeah. Now we go back and purify the sword, because that's the one thing we probably don't need to do anymore. Because the only 2 endings we need to do achievements in are the drug one and unpure.
Just keep yourself the option open. That's fine.
Fuck, I would have needed to wait, am I even going the right way?
No-ish.
No. I don't think the I can do the I can do the drug ending from this one. No, I can't do. Am I stupid this time?
No, you can from the second save.
I'm just I'm just trying to think about something.
Which is hard.
I
because you're
this
tired.
no, yeah. I need to do the second ending, so for that I need to actually also purify the sword. Oh my god. And the Agura no Hote-sama, I think. Right?
For the second ending, you need a sacred sword, solve the Crimson Water puzzle, and obtain the Agura no Hote-sama.
Yep, that means actually the second save file from
It's not usable for that?
yeah, because if I get the Agura no Hote-sama now, it would kill ending 4. Because Hinako can just split herself again. So I thought I was smarter than I am. Yeah. I thought I was smarter than I am.
Happens.
Happens to the best of. I have a save file. Meaning I need to go through the puppet fight again, but who cares? Yeah, we know.
Bye, hatred.
We need the Agura no Hote-sama. Meaning I need to get back to that part with the wedding, which is, you know,
Before the save file.
for the save file. Before I go into Shu's house, which is fine.
And what do you need ending 2 for?
Basically, I need to fight Shu again, his boss form, and dodge all the arrows. So I just need to get to the second ending boss. Yeah. You're right. Shu's house is the split point for the narrative. So, interesting actually to think about that.
Bad timing.
Oh, come on!
Incredibly bad timing.
It's doable.
You just have to do it again.
Yeah.
So, your final playthrough on Lost in the Fog difficulty will be ending 2?
I guess we will be doing that, but I think we will do first let's do all the achievements run. Wait, I forgot.
Can't you just integrate them in those two?
I will do first the whole again. When you get to the house, stop screaming cutscene. I will. The thing is just in the house I will save. And that is it for the day. We will finish this one on Tuesday. And then on Thursday I would probably do the whole let's finish up all the how's it called? Extra achievements of bosses. And then I would definitely do maybe one Lost in the Fog run and just be like, listen, I can play through the whole game without.
Then you take longer than a week.
You know what? I will do the Lost in the Fog one maybe in a private. Or, you know, maybe after a few weeks or so when I take some time. Wait, you know what? The thing is, I do want... I do think let's do achievements that that I can still do, aside from, you know, Lost in the Fog. We can do that. That's not hard. But I would say I want to do how's it called? I want to do a Lost in the Fog run someday, but we can 100% do how's it called? We can 100% switch the game up first, because we've been doing this for like 3 weeks now, and yeah, I don't need to kill them. So anyway, ending 4. We're locked in now. But yeah.
しもし。
清水さんのお宅でお間違いないでしょうか。岡本水産でございます。毎度ごひいきに預かり誠にありがとうございます。
That is still the most random call in the whole game. And they have not explained it yet.
Kinda.
I mean, with the dad, yeah.
With the dad and Hinako being no longer part of the family.
Yeah, fair. But still, I like that it's just, you just get called like that, and it's like, hey, thank you for your continued patronage, and like, oh, okay. Anyway, record. Okay, so next time, ending 4. We have all the time in the world. And then we might just do a few more things, because as I said, we basically just need to find the hidden Omamori. That's not a problem. Then we need to defeat Tsukumogami without getting hit by a single arrow. Not a problem. We might be restarting the final boss fight a few times. But because there's also an achievement of the final boss fight. And also we will be defeating Marriage Hinako monster without going down once. So those things should be doable. They will just probably take like one stream to do until basically just the Lost in the Fog playthrough is left over. And that one I will do after some time, because as I said yesterday, if you were there during EDF, we do want to mix it up. We want to play more EDF. We want to have just more time during the week in general. This feels almost like, almost like Neo again, where basically 24/7 Neo playing, which was fun. And I will probably do this again in January or so to get through Neo 2. But yeah, it's draining, and we want to play EDF. On next Sundays, I kind of want to start Lunacid. So, yeah. The thing is just, I am so close to having all achievements that I'm just like, it would be stupid for me to just not go for that, because I think...
No.
What?
Not be stupid to not go for that. It
kinda,
would be perfectly normal, in fact.
Yeah, I kind of just want to do them because I'm so close, and when I have them, I can display like, hey, I did all achievements in this game.
Yes, you want to.
Which
is
I want
also
to.
fair.
Yeah, so we will probably do a Lost in the Fog run someday. We will see. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. And this was Silent Life. Great progress. Thanks for everyone always tuning in. And see you all probably tomorrow for Godot, SDK. Who knows?
And probably, if it goes like last time, EDF.
Probably. Yeah. There's also one thing I want to get the slot open, because I actually kind of wanted to start streaming Battlefield regularly.
On Tuesday, right?
Tuesdays. Yeah. But also I think next week or so, wait, let me just... Can you open the calendar on your PC for a second?
Yes, I can.
Next Tuesday is supposedly the start of Season 1, so this would just make sense to wrap everything up. See you all then, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week ahead of you. Good night.
Bye.